Hello YouTube! Today in the Naughty Librarian I am going over my April TBR list. March went a little off the rails. I was a reading machine, but I also bumped some books on my TBR list, so they are rolling over to this month. But I also got a lot of really cool different books in here, and I feel like I have like a good mixture, so let's get into it. First off, I have Hate to Want You by Alisha, and I've been wanting to try out Alisha for like a really long time, and I just hadn't done it for some reason. And she's also going to be doing a book signing in the very near future, so I want to go to it, so I'm like, I should read one of her books. It's kind of a cool concept. It's about this guy and this woman, and every year they meet up for like 60 times, and then that's the like extent of the relationship. And then one year she doesn't show up, so their lives like go in different directions, and then, you know, as romances work, they get thrown back into each other's lives with sexy results. So I'm definitely super interested in this. Like, it's a smutty cover already, so I'm very excited for the smutty delights. I'm also continuing on with the Kate Daniels series, so I have Magic Binds by Ilona Andrews. This is book 8 of the series. Like, I'm getting up there, I'm almost done. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I'm all done with it. The last book, while I did enjoy it, it did feel like very different, because it's a very different story now because the main arc was already completed, so there's like 3 more books of the series after the main arc was completed. So I don't know what's going on here. I'm not sure if I was like fully on board with the arc right now, but that's okay. I'm still gonna read them. They're still fun to read. They're still enjoyable. I still love the characters, so like basically there's nothing that they could do to make me not want to read this book. But I mean, yeah, it's, you know, it's urban fantasy. They're just freaking fun to read. They're like pulpy and action-packed and paranormal. Like, it's got everything I want, basically. I am also going to be picking up Rafe by Rebekah Weatherspoon. I bought this and I've been wanting to read it so much. I've heard nothing but good things about it. It's about a buff male nanny. Like it says it on the cover. There is a male nanny and he's a sexy guy named Rafe. He's got tattoos, he's got a beard, apparently nanny material. And then there's like a single mom doctor, and then like sexy results. I just want sexy results. That's April, the month of sexy results. Spoiler alert, I sadly had to bump The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I just didn't get to it in March. Other books were calling my name more, and then I believe someone in the comments of my last TBR video said this actually takes place in April, so I was like, I feel like I should bump it to April, because then it's like on track with April. This one's about this girl named Blue, and I guess she sees dead people, and then there's these boys who go to this like weird private school, and then like Blue's like, oh no, my true love is supposed to die, and then I guess she likes one of these boys. I don't really know what this is about. I just know like I've seen quotes from it, and I've seen a lot of merch from it, and all of that seems super cool. So I'm going in purely from like a merch and like cool quote perspective. But that being said, I am still super interested in it, and I really, really want to read it. It's going to happen in April. I'm not going to put it off again. Continuing on my Sarah J. Maas journey, I have Empire of Storms. You know what? I freaking love Sarah J. Maas. I know she's problematic and people are like kind of over her in a lot of ways. I'm just starting my journey, so I still like her. But in particular, what I pick up on in this series is, I hate to say it's Game of Thronesy, but like it's kind of the same vibe, like the TV show, you know what I mean? Where there's a lot of like fantasy and magic and battle and action and all this cool stuff, but it's also like super pulpy and juicy, like character development wise, where like it's so melodramatic, and like I'm kind of live for melodrama, like I love it. Same thing in the Throne of Glass series. It's really melodramatic at times, and like I'm really into the character development. And also it has like dragons and battles and assassins and bloody goodness, and it has all that kind of stuff. So basically it has like all of this stuff I like in it. So like I'm totally into this series. I love it. Okay, there you go. I like this series a lot, and I'm excited that I'm reading it. I'm continuing on. I'm also going to pick up Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus. Karen McManus wrote One of Us is Lying. I think that came out in 2017, and I genuinely really enjoyed that book. It's a really good murder mystery, like twisty-turny plot-wise, and she wrote another one, another twisty-turny plot-wise, like, murder mystery, and I'm super into it. It says two can keep a secret if one is dead. Ooh, danger. I also really want to pick up The Fever King by Victoria Lee. I got this from the publisher, which was really nice of them to send it over. And it's kind of about a kid who is a refugee, and then there's this like virus that comes, and like if you don't die from it, you get powers. So now he's like a technopath, so he can like control technology and electricity and stuff. So basically it's very kind of the a la The Darkest Minds. And you know what? I wasn't the hugest fan of The Darkest Minds, I'll say that. But I want to see if this one does it better, because sometimes I like finding books it's like, oh, if you like this one does it better. So maybe I should make a video about that. That's actually kind of a cool video. I want to make it. Ooh, okay. Hopefully this doesn't let me down and it can go in that video. One more thing though, I just noticed, oh my gosh, the cover's printed like the same. I don't know why that's so cool to me, but like it got me excited. Like they printed the book. I have On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I'm really excited for this one. I want to see what Angie Thomas does next, because I did really enjoy The Hate U Give. I thought it was really good. It was poignant. It seems like it's really cool. It's about this girl who wants to be a rapper. I'm sure there's going to be more, you know, struggles than just like a girl wanting to be a rapper. I'm sure there's going to be more poignant like life decisions she's going to have to make. Spoiler alert, I bumped Inkmistress by Audrey Coulthurst from March to April. I just didn't have time in March to finish it. I read other things instead. Other things just like called my name more. I am super interested in this still, because it's about like a demi-goddess or a regular goddess, and she writes the future in her blood. Like if she writes something down in her blood, it comes true. So as far as like an elevator pitch goes, like that sounds dope. Like I'm really into the premise of this so much. Also, I am going to finally read Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I did have the opportunity to meet Stephanie recently, so this is signed, and I always feel bad when I like haven't read the book. So I'm just gonna do it. I know the finale, I think the finale is actually called Finale, and that's coming out soon. So I do want to like try to like get caught up before the last book comes out. So I'm gonna start now, and I believe it is focused on these two sisters and this Caraval that comes to town. It's like carnival essentially, because Caraval is like almost the same word, but this is a made-up word. And basically it's like magic-y, and you don't know what's real and what's not real, and it's all like a game. But I think like some parts of the game get too close to reality and like peril sets in, because otherwise what kind of story would it be? I'm interested. I'm into something like kind of circus-y right now. Like I do want to read something a bit fantastical circus themed. Another book I am so excited to finally be picking up is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Ngan. I'm really not sure how to say Ngan. I think it's just Ngan and the G is silent, but if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below if you know how to say it. I've heard like amazing things about it. It is, I believe, an FF romance, but I don't know if like the romance is the point of the book. I think essentially it's in this fantasy land, like the king is evil, I guess, and he takes girls for his harem every year, like some amount of them, and I'm assuming this year one of these girls is gonna fight back against her horrible fate. So I don't know, that I'm not selling this well, but like I have very high hopes for it. I've heard amazing things about it. The cover is gorgeous. I'm in. Like I really want to see what this has to say. I'm super fascinated by it. I'm a little ashamed of myself that I haven't read The Wicked King yet by Holly Black. I don't know why. Like, it just came out like in January, I believe, and I haven't read it yet because I'm a monster, which is really weird to me because I was obsessed with Cruel Prince. It was one of my top books of 2018. I freaking love it. It's an amazing book, and I just hadn't read Wicked King. Like, I just had so many books like on deck that I couldn't like fit it in. And then I was looking at my shelves, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna read in April? And I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't read this? Ugh. So like, it went on the list immediately. And there's a sequel to Cruel Prince, and I don't really want to get into a lot of things about the plot because it's going to be spoilery because this is a continuation. But Jude and Carden are the main characters. They have such a dysfunctional, messed up relationship, but like I love it and I want them together. Like I don't know why. I'm not a fan of unhealthy relationships, but I feel like both of them are equally unhealthy for each other in a way that like it makes me want them to get together. Like I just want to shove them in a closet and yell, "Start mating already!" I'm like strangely very attached to the relationship, and it's a fucked up relationship, but I'm super into it. It's just one of those rare things where I'm like super into a toxic relationship. I don't know why. They just work well together. And I really like Jude. She's Slytherin AF and I love her. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm a Ravenclaw, but as I get older, like I feel like I sympathize with Slytherins a lot. Like I feel like I get along really well with Slytherins. I'm also going to pick up The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi. I have such a hard time saying her name. It just, my mouth doesn't make those syllables well, so I have to say it really slow. I'm like going into this with like slight trepidation, mainly because I did read her other book, The Star-Touched Queen, which I was super hyped about, and like, I didn't really like it that much. But this one seems like a really, really cool premise, so I'm like forgetting that story, and maybe I'm going to be really into this one, but I do have that in the back of my mind that I didn't like that other book, so I'm like a little worried, but not too worried. This one's really cool. It's like National Treasure meets the Belle Epoque, and I was like, okay, I'm in. It's basically late 1800s to early 1900s, that era in France, in Paris in particular, and there's this group of kids and they are hunting for an artifact. I'm assuming it's kind of Egyptian because on the book itself it does have like Egyptian-y like art, so I'm assuming it's something Egyptian-y they're looking for, some type of treasure, and I'm like really into it. Like I'm into the whole Egyptian in Paris and the Belle Epoque, like a mashup, like just from like, I don't know, a style standpoint. Like I feel like this very stylistically sound. The last book I'm going to read in April is going to be the book of the month for the Wicked Spirits Book Club. At the time of me filming this, I'm not sure what book is going to win because it's actually a poll. You guys get to vote on it. I'll leave links to the Goodreads page where you can vote on the book and the Twitter handle where you can vote on the book. So check out the blurb down below. It'll have all the links in it if you want to vote on the book of the month. However, I will tell you it will be one of these three books. So I have Guilty Pleasures by Laurel K. Hamilton, I have Fantasy Lover by Sherilyn Kenyon, and I have Angel's Blood by Nalini Singh. These are our top three books for the month, so you guys get to vote. Which one are we going to read? I'm down to read any of these. I have read Fantasy Lover before because it's part of the Dark Hunter series, but I would do a reread. I enjoyed it. So yeah, these are the books. Please vote. I'm excited for what you guys are going to pick. April's going to be a good month. I'm excited. I got like a lot of really like different books, different time periods, different magic systems. I got some smutty delights. I got like a lot of stuff going on and I'm like really excited about. So, you know, like I feel like I got a good smattering. So a lot of them are kind of like fantasy, but very different genres of fantasy. So like I feel like it's like a good spread. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you read any of these books? If so, which ones are your favorites? Which ones are your least favorites? Are you going to be reading some of the same books as me this month? If so, hey, let's buddy read. Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon.